dear parents and my loving children, I am very happy to meet you all through our Amal Vision channel, an educational channel for Amalorpam Higher Secondary School and Amalorpam Lutz Academy. Once again, I welcome you all for this broadcast. I am sure my children should be very happy, enjoying your very long holidays. You children have forgot your school and you are spending your entire time playing, spending your time very happily, not worried about anything. Your exams are all cancelled, no annual exams. Government has declared that all the students are promoted. So everything is going on very happily in the midst of the lockdown. Although you are in the house, you are trying to enjoy your days. But I am not sure how many of you have planned for your future life. And that is what I am here. I am not here to teach you anything about mathematics, physics, chemistry or science. I am not going to teach you anything. But I am here to chat with you, to talk to you, and I am now going to tell you a short story. I am telling you a short story. Listen to the story and we will see what is the model of the story at the end of my discussions. To start with, there was a salt seller and he was having a horse. The salt seller used to go to different towns and he used to sell his salt. He is a salt merchant, he used to carry his salt bags. Since he is not able to carry the salt bag, what he does is that he used to use his horse and used to tie up all the sack bags, that is the salt bags, which is being put up in the sack and tie it up in the horse. He used to send his, he used to go along with his horse, go to a particular town and sell the particular salt to different people who are in need of it. That way he is doing his business. The same way the trader, the salt trader has gone one day, sold out all his salts and he called his horse and said, "My dear horse, I finished my business here. Carry on the remaining salt bags. I will tie it up at the back of you and please carry all the salt bags which is filled up in the sacks and go to the next town." The horse felt very angry. The horse felt very angry to its owner, that is a trader of the salt trader, and asked, "What is this? I am working for you every day. From day to night I am keeping on working for you. You are loading me very many salt bags and I am feeling very much hurt. My body is getting infected. My body is getting injured. But you are not worried about it. You are keeping on doing this work every day. I want to take rest today." "No, I cannot. I cannot go today. I want to take rest." But the trader did not worry about it. Did not worry what the horse was telling him. But what he did is that he again, in spite of the laziness of the horse, the trader taken up all the salt bags, taken up all the salt, filled up in the sack and started tying it up in the back of the horse and asked the horse to keep moving to go to the next town and said, "As you go to the next town, you have to cross the river. You have to cross the river and ask the horse to cross a bridge that is constructed over the river and wait in the particular place till he comes to the particular place." And he also said, "You please go, please keep moving forward and I will come behind you after preparing my food." Without any other words, out of compulsion, "No other go." Trader said, "No, you have to work. I cannot give you any free. I cannot leave you sleep." He said, "You have to go." So the horse has no other choice. Horse has no other words to say. Without willing, without the willingness. What the horse has done is that it has taken all the sack bags at its back and was keeping on moving very, very, very slowly. The river has come and the horse was crossing the river. While crossing the river, what happened is that by mistake the horse has slipped and fell into the river. It has slipped and fell into the river. And while it was getting up from the river, it has come across that its weight has come down. It came to know, it realized that the weight what was at its back has lowered down. The weight has gone down. It was very happy. I was carrying so much of weight of bags, and now when I have drowned in the water, it has reduced. It's because it was a sack bag. The salt was inside the bag. All the salt what was inside has the sack bag has gone wet. So ultimately what has happened? The salt has also dissolved in the water. So since the salt is dissolved in the water, what happened is that the bag weight has got reduced. Without knowing this, it was very happy that since I have drowned in the water, my weight has got reduced, and it started learning a trick that hereafter, whenever I cross this river, I should play the game of dipping myself in the water so that the weight of my salt bags will get reduced, and my burden of carrying a very heavy bag will also get low down, and thought that it can be very happy since its burden is getting down. Afterwards, the horse has got up from the river. It has moved to the next town. The trader, that is the owner of the horse, came to the town, removed the bags from the horse, and checked the weight of the bags. The trader was surprised because, the salt has dissolved in the water, so the quantity of salt is reduced. Ultimately, what should have happened? The weight of the salt bag should have got reduced. Trader thought, okay, I should have made some miscalculation. That is the reason I am getting a less quantity of salt bags. I get a less weight of salt bags. He is not bothered for the day. Whatever salt he had, he has taken to the town and he distributed to everybody and gave whatever money he could. He was happy. They gone back. The same process started again. Trader has filled up the salt bag in a sack of bag, and he started tying it up at the back of the horse, asked the horse to move to the next town by crossing the river, by using the bridge. Again saying, my dear horse, I have to cook my food, you please go, I will come and follow you. Horse very happily has gone. Again, now it has not slipped while it was crossing the bridge. Wantedly, this horse has fell into the river because it wants to reduce the weight of the sack bag, fell into the river, reduced the weight, got up, gone to the land and gone to the place where the trader has asked it to wait. The trader has come, found the salt bag is reducing by weight, and when it has happened repeatedly, the trader has got annoyed. How it is happening? I am loading so much of salt bags, so much quantity of salt bags, and when the horse reaches a particular place, it is getting reduced every day. How it is happening? Trader understood. No. The salt merchant, the trader understood. No, there was some mistake. The trader came to know there should be some mistake. Horse is only an animal, but trader is a human being. He has a sixth sense to make use of it, and he ultimately understood there is a mistake going on. You students also will be doing some mistakes. Once when you do a mistake, your teacher will not know it or your parent will not know it. You follow second time, third time, fourth time. But one day you will be caught. Likewise, the trader has suspected something wrong is going on. Next day, he had a plan to find out what is going on with regard to the horse. As usual, trader has filled up the salt bags in a sack of bag, tied up at the back of the horse, and asked the horse to move to the next town by crossing the river, by using the bridge. But this time what happened is that the trader was not lying back at home, staying back at home to cook his food. But what he has done is that he has followed the horse at a particular distance, and while it was crossing the river, the trader was hiding himself in a bush and wanted to see what is happening. He has seen the tricky horse was very happily jumping into the river to have a bath, and followed the trick of dissolving the salt into the water, and learned the tactics of reducing the weight of the salt bag. And the trader was shocked to see the horse has got up and gone to the land and moved to the town where he has to make a business. Now, the angry trader wants to teach the horse a lesson for having fooled him for so many days. You know, the horse was fooling him for so many days. Trader was thinking that the calculation what was done by him was wrong. But he is not wrong. What is happening? The horse was dipping itself into the river and was trying to dissolve the salt and reduce the weight of the bag. So, the horse was fooling this man, the trader, the salt merchant. By seeing this, the trader has become angry and he wanted to teach a lesson to the horse. He planned an idea. The next day has come. Trader, as usual, has tied the sack of bags on the both sides of the horse. But this time you know what he has done? He didn't fill the sack bag with salt, but he has filled the sack bag, he has filled it with cottons, panji. He has not filled the sack bag with salt, but this time to teach a lesson, he has filled the sack bag with cottons. Horse doesn't know that. The horse has gone carrying the sack bag very happily to play the trick in the river. It has gone to the river, dropped itself in the river, jumped into the river. But this time when it was happily trying to get up from the river, it was feeling very difficult to get up. You know why it is? What should have happened? No salt, but only cotton. The salt has got dissolved in the river. But what should have happened here? When the cotton gets itself dipped in the river, what happens? The weight of the cotton gets increased because it is taking up the extra weight of the water also. Now what happened? The weight of the sack bag has got increased and the horse has felt very difficult to get up. It was struggling to get up and was trying more and more to get up but not able to get up. Anyhow, not knowing what has happened today, it has tried all its best and come to the land and was panicking. It was taking a very high breath because it was working hard to come up from the river. So it was panicking and it has ultimately come to the land and not able to bear up the weight of the bag, which has increased because of the water. The cotton has increased in weight because of the water now. The cotton weight has increased, the cotton bag weight has increased without not able to hold on the weight. Ultimately the horse has fell down. The man, the trader has come to the horse and said, because of your laziness, you have wasted the salt. You have wasted my business. It is your work to do the job of carrying the salt from our house to the town, wherever we want to sell. It is your job. But because of your laziness, you have not done it very perfectly. But you see, I am perfect. I used to get up every day, prepare my food, prepare whatever things required for my family, start my business, go to a town, sell the salt to all the people who want it and get some income out of it. And I was regular in my job. But because of your laziness, you wanted to reduce your burdens, you wanted to reduce your workload, and thereby you have failed in your duty. Now the trader has taught the horse that it should not avoid its work because of its laziness. And that is a message I have for my children also today. Do not avoid your work because of your laziness. Laziness is the biggest devil for every human being. Do not avoid your work because of your laziness. Today you have ample time. You do not know the value of time. Getting up whenever you like. Somebody don't even get up in the morning. Straight away go to your lunch. Do not know how to spend your precious time. Living your life very happily. You think you are living your life happily. Because of your laziness, you are spoiling your life. You are spoiling your life. There is a Proverbs. I have a set of Proverbs to share it with you. The best way to get something done is to begin today. One more. The best way to get the work done, to get something done, is to begin today. Another. Tomorrow, not today. Here the lazy people say. I hope my children should have come across this proverb because it should be used in your classes. Tomorrow, not today. Here the lazy people say, laziness is the mother of all evils. When you have laziness in you, all the evil things, all the bad things will come into your hearts. As the first proverb rightly says, the best way to get something done is to begin today. So, when we were discussing with our senior principal, the senior principal was saying, see, our children should be wasting our time. So, we should do something so that we engage our students in a very effective way. Planning started. School has the responsibility to mold the future of you children, because you are all our the future India, as Abdul Kalam has rightly said. If you are molded very properly, the future of India is going to be the bright future. So we wanted to mold your life in a very proper way. So it is again our efforts to do the necessary planning. We have planned, and since we have planned, we are here to tell you what is our plan and to educate you what is your work. Your parents are also worried about you. Your parents are also planning to give you lots of activities. Some of the parents say, come on my dear child, don't get up late, get up early in the morning, get up as early as possible. And your parents also used to give lots of ideas. Read newspapers, read storybooks, take your books and revise whatever you have, what the teachers are teaching you. They have asked you to concentrate in some of your studies where you are not very thorough. They gave you lots of ideas. There are only two things what children usually do at home. எங்கெல்லாம் தெரியுமா நீ போ ஸ்கூல்ல தான் படின்னு சொல்றாங்க, நீனும் படிக்க சொல்லுவியா? That is one type of children. Second type of children, எஸ்பா நான் பண்றேன்பா, நாளைக்கு பண்றேன்பா, நாளைக்கு பண்றேமா, மதியானம் பண்றேமா, சாயந்தரம் பண்றேமா. You keep postponing your job. You wanted to satisfy your parents, not able to refuse your parents, but what are you doing? You are just trying to postpone your work. You don't want to do the job. But to satisfy your parents, what have you done? You want to satisfy your parents saying that I will do it after 1 hour, I will watch the TV for some time, I will watch the movie for some time, and after doing that I will do. So somehow you want to satisfy your parents and postpone your work, as the proverb rightly says, tomorrow, tomorrow, not today. Here the lazy people say. So when you want to postpone the very good work, the very good advices, the very good job, their duties, when you want to postpone your duties, it is sure you are becoming lazy, as a lazy horse. The next proverb, laziness is the mother of evil. When you become lazy, understand children, very simple, you are spoiling your future. You are studying for the good of yours, and when you become lazy, what is happening? You are spoiling your future. So now, what is a problem in you is nothing but your laziness. So first and the foremost important thing is that you have to get rid of your laziness, understand your responsibility. I am not asking you to keep on studying. Do various activities. I will also give you some of the activities which you can perform, so that you can spend the day in a very fitting way, so that everybody will be happy. What can we do to make our days a very fruitful day? Let me brief you. To start with, I want my children to get up early in the morning. When I say early in the morning, I don't say 5, because there is no reason to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning. But you can get up by around 6 or 6:30 a.m. What do you do after getting up? You have to plan your time. Go to the terrace of your house, or even to a balcony, or even sit in your house and start doing some fitness exercises. You are sitting in a house, you have no activity, physical activity. So please start doing some exercises, so that you make yourself fit. Coming up next, you can start practicing yoga. Yoga is a very good exercise for your mind and body. You are being taught yoga in your classes, in your PT classes, and also in your classes. Some students are learning yoga. So you can practice yoga at home. Thereafterwards, take a bath. Pray God that the day should be a very fruitful day, very good day, successful day. And afterwards, start planning to do at least 2 important things which you like to do. Not out of compulsion. Since I am telling you, since your parents are telling you, since somebody is telling you, please do not do anything out of compulsion. Do whatever you like. What can we do? What are the various options we have? If you love reading books, start reading books. You have your textbooks. Whatever you learned in 6th standard, again it will be followed up in 7th standard. Sometimes, even if not for 1 hour, just for half an hour, one day you take English and go through all the English text, whatever is given, take it up and give a reading. Or else take maths and revise maths. So whatever syllabus you have, try to take up the syllabus and try to revise whenever it is possible for you. While reading story books, what you can do is that there will be some words which are very difficult. Take up those words, take up a notebook, write the hard words and try to find the meaning of it, so that you will increase your command over the English language, which is most important for today. There are very many stories, English stories. I am not telling about Tamil stories, because you are a Tamilian, we are all Tamilians, we are very strong in Tamil. Take some English stories available in YouTube or else available in storybooks, read them and try to create your own stories. It may be a story of lockdown, it may be a story that has happened between yourself and your brother or your sister. You write up a story, show it to your father or your mother. If they are not able to understand or study, please narrate the story to them, and they will also be happy to see that my son, my daughter has written a story. Can even share it to us. I'll tell you how to share it. Discuss the stories even with your grandparents, and they are also good in telling you very many stories. So that way you can develop your story writing skills. We have given you lots of newspaper during your school days. Each and every day, for all the 5 days of a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have given you newspapers. We have given you Times of India. That was a very excellent paper, Times of India in schools. Each and every place has lots and lots of boxes, where each and every box has very many contents, very many facts, very many history, very many vocabulary to learn, English to learn, science fictions, something which where you can play, explore yourself. There are lots of items available in a newspaper, and I am very sure you should not have studied everything. Make use of this time, take up all those papers which is left behind in your cupboards, take it up and start learning them, not as a subject but as a hobby. You are developing your reading skill and you are also developing your knowledge. There are lots of science experiments available in your Amal Vision YouTube. Your fathers must be having mobile number. Whenever it is free, instead of playing games, take your mobile phones and go to our Amal Vision YouTube. Recently we have finished our 35th year celebration. Every year we are conducting science exhibitions. All the science exhibitions that are done by your friends are being uploaded in our YouTube. Please go and watch them. Whichever you feel very comfortable, which you feel to be very interesting, you can do it at your home with whatever materials you have, and you can also become a young scientist. You are being taught craft in the school. The students of 5th standard in your skill-based education classes, you are learning craft. Apart from the craft, what is being taught to you, you can go to YouTube, find out some useful craft, what is necessary for your house, something like your flower vase or a pen stand or a envelope bag, something like that you can do. You can start, you can learn from it, you can do it, and you can make your house look beautiful. You can do that, your parents will also be happy. And above all, you students were learning lots of activities in skill-based education. The classes which made you very happy. The students of 5th standard who are going to 6th standard right now. We are learning fruit carving, vegetable carving, rangoli, tailoring. We have given you we have taught you the art of doing work with your chalk piece. The students of 6th standard who are going to 7th standard, you have learned sculpture, creative art, micro art, that is your chalk art, and you also have learned tailoring. The students of 7th standard, the same course you have learned, they are going to 8th standard. And the students of present 9th standard and 8th standard, that is students are going from 8th to 9th, 9th to 10th, you have learned a very beautiful art of photography, videography. You have learned about robotics, what you call as basic science, and you have even learned the most important art, what is called as agriculture. We have taught you whatever best we can teach you, the basic science class. Why don't you develop those particular skills in your holidays? It is your hobby. You have loved learning those syllabus, you have taken it, and you have learned it with a passion, very interesting way. Whatever is being taught in the drawing classes, you take up some picture and start developing it, improve it more and more. Craft, whatever craft you have it in YouTube, start playing it. You have the 9th standard students have learned 2 years of photography and videography. You are taught how to make a videography, how to take a video show. Even in some other channels today, they are asking you to take a telecast, that is take a video shoot about the pandemic situation, COVID-19, coronavirus, and upload the video. The best will be awarded, the best will be given a certificate. You can do that. So you are utilizing your time. You are becoming a film director. You are being taught how to handle your cameras. You can do it. Robotics, you are being taught how to program your machineries. You can even plant that. Likewise, agriculture. Very many students have learned agriculture for the past 2 years from 8th and 9th standard. You have a terrace at your home. Even if not terrace, if your house is very small, you have a balcony. Your father and mother is purchasing vegetables today. Why don't you plant your own? Why don't you produce your own vegetable? Your parents will be happy to use it, and you will also be happy to eat it because you are producing an organic material. Why don't we use such activities? Sometime in the evening, gather up all your parents, grandparents, talk to them, chat with them, tell some jokes. Everybody enjoys so that you can enjoy your family time. And in the night, recall what you have done for the full day. From morning to evening, try to recall before you go to bed. Try to recall what have you done for the whole day. If you have nothing coming to the brain, it means you have been lazy, like the lazy horse, and wasted your time. If you are able to recall lots of memories, I have done this, I have done that, I have done a craft work, I have done agriculture, I have planted a seedling, it is going to grow tomorrow, I am going to get some vegetable. If you have lots of things to recall, you have made use of your time in a very successful way, and you are going to be a successful person for tomorrow. This is the way you have to plan your life. If your life is not planned, if your life is lazy, if your day is going to be lazy, tomorrow, that is today you might be happy, but tomorrow you are going to be the sufferer. A successful person, the person who want to grow in life, should always be keeping on working each and every day. Should keep on working each and every day. Even though it is an holiday, it doesn't mean that you have to forget everything and be happy at home, be happy at home. But you need to plan your day so that you develop your intelligence, and everybody will say, see that boy, see that girl, how intelligent the boy is. He is a student of Amarapam, see how intelligent the boy and the girl is. Your parent will be happy, you will be happy, and we will also be happy that my children are the brightest person in the world. And before I go to my conclusion, I also want to discuss about some people who have worked very hard. Who have worked very hard. I want to discuss about some personalities whom we really know, who have worked very hard so that they have succeeded, and today the entire world speaks about them. The first most important personality is our Mahatma Gandhi. He was an astonishing hero, possessed countless qualities and many things that an ordinary person could not have had. He set several examples for our country and fought with a dedicated hard work to get independence for India with his firm policy of ahimsa, what we call it as non-violence. Today the world is speaking about him because he worked hard for the independence of India with his policy of ahimsa, where the world appreciates. The next, the hero of all the children today, none other than Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He was the 11th President of India and the Indian scientist, where everybody know that he has come from a very poor family. He has helped his family in his younger age by distributing newspaper to the house. He goes to each and every house and distributes newspaper before he goes to school. His dedicated hard work in his school days, college days, and in his profession has made him a scientist, and he has captured the hearts of the entire world, and he is being happily called as a missile man, proudly called as missile man, and he became the most loved president of India, He was very happy to interact along with the children. He has lots of thoughts which he has been sharing with the children, and he has not come from a very wealthy family. He came from a very ordinary, very poor family, grown to the greater heights, and today he is being spoken by the entire world, which has been possible because of hard work. Dhirubhai Ambani, Sri Dhirubhai Ambani, you know him. He is the founder of Reliance Industries. He is also not from a very rich family. He was from a very poor family. He worked in an oil company, served in a gas station as an attender, not as a owner, but as an attender. Later, by his hard work, he set up a small textile company, and he worked for several hours of a day, and today, the greatest business giant, what we call it as Reliance, he is a founder of Reliance. He also became the richest person of 20th century, not because of the health, what has had by their parents. Their parents had no wealth. He came from a poor family, and he has taken his life to greater heights, which was also possible only because of hard work. You should all very well know our Prime Minister of India, none other than Sri Narendra Modi. You know, his journey started not with a rich family. He was only a tea vendor. Even today, he is working for several hours to safeguard Indians. And because of his hard work, he has reached various heights in politics, whereby he became the Chief Minister, and thereby he was aiming to become the Prime Minister of India. He worked for it, and he became the Prime Minister of India, where he proved even an ordinary man can become a Prime Minister of India. Next, Sri Narayana Murthy, the co-founder of Infosys, was born only with a silver spoon, again with a middle class family. He was from a middle class family, worked hard in his life, and he had lots of struggles while he was starting his new business, and finally he has achieved and become the greatest entrepreneur, the greatest businessman of all times, and he was even compared with Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, who are the biggest software giants. So likewise, if you see, all the people who have grown up in life today have all grown up, have all succeeded, not because of laziness, but only because of hard work, hard, untiring effort. Last but not the least, it will be not right on my part if I forget our founder, our senior principal, your loving father, Sri S.L. Luduswamy. You know, he has not come from a very rich family. He has also come from only a very poor family, a middle class family. He learned in schools like Fatima Higher Secondary School, and he has joined as a teacher in Kendra Vidyalaya and also worked in Fatima Higher Secondary School. Not happy to work as a teacher in a school. He wanted to achieve something great. He was aimed at starting at a school, not to start a very ordinary school, but to start a disciplined school. Started a school the year 1984 in the name of the Mother Mary Amalorpom. People laughed, what is this name Amalorpom? But he said, I will challenge everybody and make my school the greatest in Pondicherry. But today you know, you children, you see, the school Amalorpom is not the greatest in Pondicherry, but also the greatest in the entire world. We have very many students studying across the nation. How is it possible? The founder is working for not less than 20 hours a day. He used to get up 3 a.m. in the morning and used to work till 9:30 to 10 in the night. He used to keep praying for all you children, for all you parents, for the school, for all its staff. Keeps planning what I can do for my children to improve them. And that is because of his hard work. Today, you see, in the 35 years of his existence, the name Amalorpom is being spoken by everybody. We have created so many very good Indians, very good generations, where they are placed in several places, and the name Amalorpom is spoken everywhere today because of his hard work for the past 35 years. And even today he is planning. That is the reason why I am sitting before you here to tell you what is our next plan. So only because of hard work you can succeed, not because of laziness. Finally, to end up this talk, I am going to tell you what is the plan of the school. The school has planned to send you videos every day starting from tomorrow. Today I have given introduction about how the school is going to take up few minutes of your day. We will send you the videos through your parents' WhatsApp number. Through your parents' WhatsApp number. We are going to send you some videos to teach you about good habits. You forgot good habits. You do not know what is good, what is bad. You do not know table manners. You do not know how to talk before elders. It is being taught to you, but you have forgot to practice them. So, you are going to be taught about good habits by using video. You know that the very popular person, Dr. Gopal, will be talking about good habits. And our yoga master, Mr. Dinagaran, will be teaching you how to practice yoga at home. And our PET staffs join together to say, no, I will also come and teach fitness to my children. They are going to teach you about fitness. There are going to be some videos about fitness. The agriculture department of the school has come forward immediately to tell us, sir, we will also join this program, and they are going to teach you how can you make use of your terrace to make it as a very big garden, vegetable gardening, so that you can use it of yourself, whereby you will be getting organic vegetables. You are going to get videos how to make some craft work, videos on how to improve your English skills, and you will also be getting videos on some moral stories which will be useful for the entire your life fraternity. So we will be sending you one video a day. One day you will get a video on good habits, another day you will get a video on yoga, another day fitness for your life, another day to teach you about terrace gardening, another day to teach you on how to have a commanding over your language, another day craft. In case if you get some other ideas also, we will be keeping on posting you. I am telling you children, it's only half an hour video. Try to watch the video whenever time permits. And what you should do, for example, the first program what I told you is good habits. You see the video by using your television or by using the YouTube. We will be giving the link to your parents. After seeing it, you put up your video, that is your mobile phone in front of you. You talk before the video camera and tell your experience. What have you learned about the good habits? You pass on the video to our WhatsApp number and we will see how our children are speaking. You can speak in Tamil, you can speak in English. We give you the liberty of language. You send us a video and we will also be happy to see what our children are doing. Are the children enjoying the videos? You are given yoga and fitness. You see the exercises that is being done by your teachers. You ask your parents to take a video recording. Do the yoga, do the exercises, whatever is being taught to you. Pass on the video to us and we will see whether you are practicing yoga and the fitness. You are being given videos for your terrace gardening. Learn the procedure, go to your terrace, prepare all the materials in your table and start doing the work as instructed by your teacher and make your entire terrace as a roof garden so that you can cultivate vegetables and keep on passing all your videos and photos to our WhatsApp number and we will also be happy to see that your empty terrace has become a garden. So whatever videos and that is educational documents you get from the school, see that and you have to respond to us in the right way. If you have any clarification, you can call up the same number and we will also be able to guide you. We are giving you some educational information which is going to be very useful, not for 6th standard, not for 7th standard, not for 8th standard, not for 9th standard, but is going to be useful for the entire future. This is the food of your future. This is not a syllabus for your class. This is a food for your future. Understand, children? And you will feel all these materials to be very, very interesting. You will enjoy the videos. I want my children to see to that. We are taking so much of efforts to record all these videos, record all this program, and you should never miss it. And I want you to comment on these videos by recording a video of yourself, by doing all the craft activities, by doing the gardening activities, by practicing the yoga and by practicing exercises. Send it back to us. All the students must send. All of you have to send. No doubt everybody has to send. Everybody has to send and we will feel happy. And we will see how many are going to participate in this program, online program. This is what we call as online tutor. We want to see how many are participating in this program and the more students participate, the more will be happy. Any student participating in all the activity will be rightly rewarded after you come back to school. So to conclude, I have 3 important proverbs for my children and I hope you will understand the proverb and follow accordingly. Number 1, success is not easy and it is certainly not for the lazy people. Number 2, everything is easy when you are crazy towards it. Nothing is easy when you are lazy. Everything is easy when you are crazy. Nothing is easy when you are lazy. Number 3, lazy people are always the loser in life. Very important, my dear children. Lazy people are always the losers in life. They are not succeeding. They are losers in life. So understand. Remove the laziness from yourself. Understand, you are born to achieve success. You see, this eagle, normally when it rains, all the birds come to a shelter. When it rains, when it starts raining, normally all the birds will come to a shelter. But you see the eagle, it starts flying above the clouds. The eagle will start flying above the clouds so that it never stops flying. I again repeat, when it rains, you see normally all the birds will go to the trees and take up a shelter to take rest. But the eagles are not ready for it. In the midst of the rain also, it goes flying above the clouds and it carries on the work of its flying. It enjoys the work of flying. I don't want you to be like a bird, an ordinary bird. I want you to be like an eagle. You have to keep working. You have to keep flying. You have to keep working for success. And that was very beautifully told by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He said very clearly, all birds find shelter during a rain, but eagle avoids the rain by flying above the clouds. Please understand, children. You are all the children of Amalokapam. You are the Amalians and you are born to achieve success. You are born to succeed. I hope you will follow the advices given by me and make use of your time very effectively. I want you to follow all the videos, see to all the videos, listen the videos, make use of your time very effectively, plan your time of yourself and make the best use of your time. See you back again. Thank you. God bless you.